One Piece, Gear 5. We have been eating this year. Gear 5 is right around the corner. It's finally approaching, and the community's in an uproar. Everyone is gassing the hell out of this fucking transformation. And here's the thing, man. I've been holding on to this secret, like deep down in my heart of hearts, for about a year now, since it first appeared in the manga. I don't know how to say this, but is it really all that great? Is Gear 5 anything special? Now hold on though, wait a second. I'm not like a hater or anything. I like One Piece, bro, like straight up. I like One Piece. I am a fan of One Piece. One Piece is my shit. Easily somewhere in my top 10, top 5, maybe even top 3. I'm not a hater, no disrespect at all. One Piece is my shit. This isn't coming from a place of hate, okay? Now, I think it's only appropriate we start with love, right? Gear 5 to me is like genius. I love it. Like conceptually, I love it. Because the whole concept is like, the limit is your imagination. As a power-up, isn't just about like, oh, I've hit a new level of strength, but like I've hit a completely new style. I'm no longer limited by the bounds of just what's here. I can take it and make it mine. And to take another level, I think in a lot of ways, it like recontextualizes the whole series to this point, right? Arlong Park, right? A man sees Buddy with the pinwheel thing on his hat. He's like, maybe I could do that. Does it, boom, right? That's just one example. I watched a couple creators throughout the years go on their own One Piece adventure. Something about it, it's like watching it again for the first time. And a couple of them have mentioned how when he gets to Gear 2nd, he like gets there off screen, right? But if I'm remembering right, he said something along the lines of like, when I fought Aokiji, I realized I wasn't there yet. And you know, seeing what you guys did, I knew I had to level up, right? And so to me, that's like mental training, right? You're like, damn, this guy's different. How do I get better? Oh, these guys are doing all these crazy fucking moves and shit. I can do those moves. How can I make my body able to do those moves? Rubber and shit, right? There's no need to see him train to get there, because now that we know imagination is the strength of the power, he can see it and therefore be it. This next one's a reach, right? Because then you think about it from like growth potential, right? Naturally, when you watch these shows, the main character is going to be him. The main character is going to surpass everybody, level up way better, faster than everybody. It's just how it goes, right? But let's look at it differently, right? Let's look at it from a perspective where my man's literally just has to be able to imagine the next move. So it's like, boom, I don't know what the fuck hockey is. Cool, you're teaching me hockey. Great, now I'm limited by what I know hockey can do. So now we get to these fights where these people are doing advanced levels of it, and he can be like, all right, cool, I know how to use hockey now. You can do this with it, so I can do that with it. Because you know, like all these people, you know what I mean? Like they've all been out here in these streets, but he's learned it overnight. You know what I mean? A protege mid-fight. How do you do that? Easily, if your power in its core is imagination. That one might be a reach, but if it's not, it kind of makes sense. And that's why the whole fruit is brilliant. It's genius, and I love it conceptually. But now that we've gotten through love, we gotta dabble into hate just a little bit. I'm trying to figure out exactly what it is that throws me off about Gear 5 personally. See, when I was having this internal conflict about it, where I was like, this is genius, but something about it doesn't feel right with me, I went to the internet to see if other people felt the same. And I saw a lot of different conversations. A lot of people were like, oh, the fights aren't serious anymore. I think that's a bad point. Because One Piece, for as layered and deep and rich that it is, it's very unserious. Like, it's very unserious as a show. Even in the fights, like, we have so many moments where we have like Water Luffy and like Chibi Luffy and like all these other things like that. And they're usually happening somewhere in the middle, and then they lead to the Gatlings at the end in a very intense, full-on, angry face like screams and shit. You know what I'm saying? We have these moments of just ridiculousness, facial expressions and stuff like that, and they're met with a big punch or kick. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about it being silly, because One Piece has always been silly in the fights as well, but they make sure to always end on that intense note we're known for. So it's not that. If it's not about the silliness, if I'm okay with silliness, what is stopping me from being all in on Gear 5? And so I thought maybe it's the power. Maybe it's too strong. You know what I mean? Because as of now, what is the limit? We don't know enough yet. We've seen her use it twice. One time against somebody who was dominating everybody, and one time against an old foe who, you know, had no business even trying to meet us. You know what I'm saying? So I can't use that point because we're not there yet. It's something to keep an eye on. It makes me nervous, but I think we're okay there. And so I'm stuck. I'm going through the pages. I knew I had to get this one because, you know, it's the moment. It's here. You know what I mean? And I'm flipping through, trying to see it again, trying to see where I flinch when I look at it. And I figured it out. The reason I'm not all in on Gear 5 is just because it's not traditionally cool. I know. It's kind of lame sometimes. It's got no sauce, bro. It's not saucy enough sometimes, you know what I mean? And here's the thing, man. It's not my fault. It's not my fault I feel this way. Traditional shonen has conditioned us to expect a certain type of aesthetic when we get transformations and big final fights. I say us because I know it's not just me. When I first found One Piece YouTube, I got all these thumbnails of fucking what Gear 5 would look like, and it's all these super intense, super swole, full hockey out, you know, the coolest, edgiest fucking looking person, creature ever. So it's not a me thing. We've been conditioned to feel this way. Look at all these other transformations. Look at Naruto. Before he had control of the fox, he's a fucking demon. And then when they like, you know, get it together, my man's is out here super just fly. You know what I mean? Just the sauciest drip in the fucking world for no reason. Why? You get the chakra on, you don't gotta fucking put on a new fit, but he does. He does. He sauces it up. Let's go to the originator. Let's go to Dragon Ball Z, bro. Let's go there. And we're not even gonna go to Goku. Look at Gohan here. Look at my man's Gohan. So intense, so hurt, screaming. You know what I'm saying? And then look at him right here. Tears in his eyes. I know what a lot of y'all are thinking when you watch this. You're like, oh my gosh. He is crying because of the weight of the moment and the circumstance that they've just experienced in this moment. No, that is a misconception. My man's is sitting here crying because he had never thought in his life he would be this damn saucy. He never thought that his hair would be draping to the ceiling. He never thought he would be him. That's what it's about. It's about the sauce. This is completely irrelevant, but I played Persona 5 Royal for the first time this year. Look at Joker. My man is running with all this shit going on. Boom, step, big jump. How do you have that much power? Boom, spins to shoot the grappling hook. You didn't have to spin, but that's sauce. That's pure sauce. My man thinks, I don't know what he thinks he is, but then he's landing up there doing a flip twirl land and just, like why? For what reason? Spins the gun for just pure sauce. I'm nervous about how it will translate to the anime. There are saucy panels. Don't get it twisted. There are saucy panels for Gear 5. The one where he's laughing, I love that panel. That is, I remember when it debuted, I was smiling the whole chapter because I was like, what's going on? But then when I saw that, I was like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. But everything isn't like that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of panels and images that are just like super cartoony or super low detailed, and all of those, I don't know how they're gonna translate. You know what I mean? Other stuff looks fine. My man's grabbed some lightning out of the sky. That is fire. I can't wait to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? My man's the sauciest fucking panel probably in One Piece, to be honest. My man's grabbed the goggles out of his hair. Somebody did a fan animation on Twitter, and I was like, that is insane. I can't wait for the chapter to come out. That is some saucy shit. It's not impossible for Gear 5 to be saucy. But there's just some pictures throughout the thing that just makes me nervous. It just makes me feel like it's not gonna resonate because Wano has leveled up the animation so much intensity, so much crazy shit. And then you have these other little moments, and I just don't know how they're gonna mix. The main thing I think about is like Luffy coming in on the dragon on Momonosuke, goes into Gear 4, and the way they fucking animated that, I can't imagine some of these goofy like images and that mixing well. And I think that's what it is. Because at the end of the day, we manga readers of any series, we can know that that's the truest form of it. But for the mass audience, they're going to equate it to the anime. Like the anime is going to be the definitive way the mass appeal looks at something. And so for me, when I think about Gear 5, I think conceptually it's genius. It's probably the best transformation I've ever experienced on a conceptual level. But aesthetically, there's just some moments that have me so nervous that it's gonna look fucking whack when we get to the anime. And I don't know how to feel. It's just not saucy all the time, and I need it to be consistently saucy. That's it. That's it. That's where I'm at with Gear 5. I like the transformation. I like so many of the panels, but every now and then I'm hit with one that just makes me like, turns me off a little bit. I don't hate it, but I don't know how it's gonna translate to the anime. And we're real close, we're gonna see. So you know what? Let me know what you think. Maybe you have no doubts, but it's coming and I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I've been excited since last year. It's been your boy Obi. Thank you for listening to me rant about transformations. I'm just nervous, man. I'm nervous. I don't know what to expect. What's up, everybody? So I was scrolling through Twitter and apparently there is a teaser. A teaser is out for what Gear 5 will look like. So you know this video is already a little dated. We're gonna watch it now. Yeah, we're back. We're back. Gear 5, best transformation all time. Fuck out of here. We're back. Come on.